Hi there, I'm Hazel from Zomatics, your go-to digital transformation consulting company and proud Asana Solutions partner. Welcome to part two of our Asana communication deep dive. In part one, we covered all the ways you talk with your team in Asana, like comments, at mentions, and messages. Again, I'd like to remind that we're using a demo environment, so everything you see here is for demonstration purposes only. Now, in part two, we'll look at how Asana helps you communicate without the back and forth by using clear structure, visual indicators, and built-in task settings. Here's what we'll cover: the task descriptions, custom fields, built-in features for clarity and structure like assignees and due dates, the likes, appreciations, and reactions. Let's dive in. We'll start with task descriptions. This is where you lay out the what and the why so your teammates don't have to guess what they should do or what's expected of them. A clear task description might include a summary, relevant links, a checklist, or at mentions for context. Let me just try adding another one again, like the one that has been here. Okay. And if a task ever needs to be reassigned, you won't need to explain it all over again, because the context is already there for the next person. Key takeaway before we proceed: task descriptions reduce confusion and follow up and make handovers much easier if plans change. Now let's move from written instructions to visual signals. The custom fields. These are Asana's version of spreadsheet column headers. They help track important details at a glance, and there are several ways to access and add them, but here's one using the Customize button. Here are the main types available. Single select dropdowns like yes or no, status, risk category, and more. Multi-select dropdowns are available when more than one option might apply. Date fields are perfect for tracking other key dates beyond the due date, such as target launch dates. People fields so that you can tag other key stakeholders. Text fields for short notes. Number fields to track estimates or budgets, and more. Quick note: in addition to custom fields, Asana also includes several built-in fields you can toggle on right here in the options. Fields like creation date or last modified date are great for extra visibility without needing to enter anything manually. Let me just toggle it on again. And when you turn them on, they will appear at the far right of your list view by default. So keep an eye out if you don't see them immediately. And a pro tip: if you are unsure whether to use section, custom field, or tag, here's a quick way to decide. Let's use another project to illustrate, since this project, only uses an untitled section because we have group tasks here using custom fields instead. Okay, let's visit the project here. Okay. Sections are best when you are breaking down work within a single project, like grouping tasks by phases, categories, or timeframes. They help visually organize tasks, but they don't feed into reporting. For example, here in this project, just collapse the sections. The sections in this project are set up by project phase, from assessment to sign off, ongoing, and others. And it's a common way to structure work in Asana. On the other hand, custom fields are ideal when you want to track, filter, or report on attributes, just like what we're doing here. In this project, fields like risk level or department are used in the dashboard charts. Now we got tags. This is perfect for when a custom field feels too rigid or when you're working across multiple projects. Tags are a lightweight way to group or flag tasks under shared themes like Q3 focus or needs review. You can quickly add a tag by clicking into a task here or by using the shortcut Tab plus T. And here are some of the tags I added before, but maybe we can just add more. Like another tag. Okay. Now that we have gone over each one, the sections, custom fields, and tags, let's take a quick look at how they compare side by side. I've pulled together a simple table in this Asana note to give you a snapshot, and you can think of it as your cheat sheet the next time you're deciding how to structure a project. Key takeaway before we continue, custom fields give your team shared visual clarity and enable deeper reporting so everyone stays aligned without needing to ask. Okay, now let's zoom into two default or built-in fields that are easy to overlook but make a big difference. The assignees and due dates. Assigning someone and setting a due date might seem like the most basic step, but it's one of the most important. Together, they answer two essential questions like who is responsible for the work and when is it due? Key takeaway here is that even the simplest built-in fields in Asana are doing heavy lifting behind the scenes, bringing clarity, accountability, and momentum to every task. And now, the smallest signal that still keeps everyone aligned are the likes, appreciations, and reactions. Not every update needs a full reply. Asana gives you a few simple, non-conversational ways to acknowledge or respond without creating more back and forth. Let's take a look at three small but powerful tools. First up, likes. You'll see a like button on tasks and on comments in some organizations like this one, but in many newer setups, likes are now used for tasks and reactions are used for comments. Either way, it's a quick way to say, got it, or looks good, without starting a new thread. Next is appreciations, like this one. These are expressive visual ways to acknowledge someone's effort, whether you're celebrating a win, showing gratitude, or offering encouragement. You can choose from fun options like a narwhal, unicorn, rainbow, and more. It's a great way to add a human touch without needing to leave a full comment. And finally, reactions. This newer feature lets you respond to comments with emojis, just like in chat or messaging apps. And you might not see them in your workspace yet since they're rolling out features gradually across Asana accounts. And even this demo environment doesn't have it yet. But I've included a screenshot from our organization that already does. And here's what it looks like. Okay. These tools are lightweight but powerful. They help you acknowledge updates, celebrate wins, or signal alignment without cluttering up your task threads. A key takeaway to close this section is that you can use likes, appreciations, and reactions to keep communication flowing without adding noise. All right, let's recap how Asana helps you communicate without the endless follow-ups. Task descriptions reduce questions. Custom fields create visual clarity. Assignees and due dates make ownership and timing clear. Likes, appreciations, and reactions acknowledge work without adding more to the thread. These tools work behind the scenes so your team stays informed even without daily check ins. If you haven't seen part one yet, That's where we cover the ways you talk with your team, like comments, messages, and inbox. And we have linked that video in the description below, so feel free to check it out. And if this video helped, hit like, subscribe, or leave a comment. And if your team could use more structure or help in Asana, we'd love to help. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.